on here for too long, but I just wanted to come on here and answer a question that I did get asked on the live that we were on last week. And please make sure that you guys, if you have not, make sure that you do give this video a like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know any other topics that you guys want me to talk about. I know that I do have several topics that I kind of wanted to go over. I wanted to discuss not only recognizing a narcissist quickly. I know the gentleman asked me, how do you recognize a narcissist, like right off the bat, like, when you're first meeting them? Because sometimes you guys know that a narcissist can play games, be manipulative and, put on a front, that kind of thing. So sometimes you may not be able to see it right off the bat, but maybe it might take you maybe like maybe 2 months, 3 months. I know that's when I started to kind of see some things, especially when it came to the male narc, for sure. But so yeah, we're going to talk about that, and then also how working in a toxic work environment does impact you. And I also, we may not talk about it today, but I also wanted to bring up some topics like overcoming anxiety, overcoming, some people may deal with ADHD, some people may have addictions, different codependencies that affects them, in their everyday life, especially, after dealing with a narcissist. And also how when you're in a toxic work environment, how that can affect your mental health. I know it definitely did affect mine. And then I also did want to talk about some other things when it came to the toxic work environment, like when your bosses and coworkers hate you, and really how they kind of they team up with each other, or they come together to try to like push you out or get you fired or get you to quit. Like they want to force you to quit. Like we're gonna do a video on that for sure. But to answer the gentleman's question, because I know he did ask, and the good thing is, you guys, when you ask me questions when we go live, they do get priority. So like you'll get a video if you ask me a certain question, like on a certain topic, it'll be the video specifically what you asked, just so you guys know that I really do care about what you guys want to learn about. I care about you healing from narcissistic abuse. I want you guys to be able to recognize these narcissists, because they really are dangerous. I know a lot of people might be like, oh, it's not a big deal, it's a word that people are saying. But no, this narcissist topic, you guys, it's a life or death situation for a lot of people, and you really have to be careful when you're dealing with these individuals, because it can definitely have a huge impact, right? So what I did want to talk about now is recognizing a narcissist quickly. So when you're recognizing a narcissist quickly, hello, Drag Nav, hello there, and make sure you guys come in the room. Let me know what's your mental health. What is it on a scale of 1 to 10? How are you guys feeling, guys? Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate it so much, you guys, and thank y'all. Y'all are so funny. So, okay, recognizing a narcissist. This is how I recognize a narcissist, you guys. So, like, based off of my experience, I can tell a person is a narcissist if, they are self-centered, they're self-absorbed, they need constant attention, like 24/7. I know people like attention, let's be honest. Everybody likes attention, but with a narcissist, they demand your attention 24/7. And oh my God, from India and from Russia. Oh my God, I'm from the US. I'm from the USA. I'm an American myself. So that's cool. How'd you guys find this channel? That's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. So, and yes, tell me, what are you guys doing today, and what's your mental health on a scale of 1 to 10? How are you guys feeling? And have you guys ever dealt with a narcissist yourself? Anybody in the room ever deal with a narcissist, whether it was in the workplace, was it a family member, was it a romantic interest? So here is during the day. Where are you at, Dragnav? Where are you? But yeah, so like I said, so a lot of the times, like what I've learned, how you can recognize a narcissist is a lot of, they're very they don't have empathy, right? They lack the ability to love, or a lot of times it's a fake love, right? A lot of times they have difficulties maintaining relationships. Even let's say, if there's a friendship or even if it's like a connection, at least a normal person be like, hey, let's just let bygones be bygones. You go your way, I go my way. But with a narcissist, they end it in a bitter way, in a very vengeful way. You know, they're just they're ruthless, they're vengeful, they're very deceptive. They're always competing with people and comparing themselves to other people constantly. And for me, I don't know. It's just a look that they have in their eyes. Like, you will only know a narcissist if you've been around them. Like I said, me myself, I can look back at the past and thank my auntie for what the way that she treated me, even though she did mistreat me, but she set me up to be able to recognize a narcissist. Now, again, like I said, it may take some time for you to be able to see this individual as a narcissist, because like I said, they can put on the front. They do the whole love bombing. They'll, what do they call it, like the grooming, and they'll try to butter you up, make you happy, make you smile, give you everything that you want, give you all this attention, give you all this love, this care, affection. They might pretend like they support you and stuff like that, but you will see the mask come down, especially if you um disagree with them a lot, or maybe you question them, or maybe you're not so submissive, or maybe you don't put up with their abuse. Because again, the narcissist, a lot of times they'll put you down constantly. That's another thing, that they're constantly belittling you, they're constantly putting you down, they're constantly making fun of you, they're constantly trying to make you feel insecure. A lot of times they're always projecting onto you a lot of negativity, a lot of insecurity, a lot of envy, jealous. They're doing that to you constantly. So you'll begin to feel that, hey, this is abuse. You get what I'm saying? You'll be like, this is not love. This is not okay. You get what I'm saying? So to me, that's how I was able to recognize a narcissist. And also, a narcissist, a lot of them can't take no for an answer. I'm not like some people. When it comes to like different areas in your life, you have to be persistent, you have to be consistent. But when it comes to a narcissist, especially like with rejection, they can't take rejection. Like if the narcissist feels like you rejected them, or they feel like you hurt them or you upset them, you'll give them a narc injury and they'll hold that against you forever. Like, they will, be so mad at you, and they'll do things to try to get back at you, plot and plan. They might get a group of people to try to like attack you, or get a group of people to gang stalk you. Like, that's what happened to me at work. I dealt with a female narcissist at work, and I do believe that some of my bosses probably had narcissistic tendencies. They probably wasn't a narcissist to the extent that the coworker that I used to work with was. She definitely was one. I think she was a spiritual narcissist, because I think that this individual does magic on me constantly, and I think that this person does magic on a friend of mine as well. And this individual was very controlling. Like, that's how you can also tell that it's a narcissist, or they could have tendencies, is because they're very controlling. They want to control the outcome, they want to control the narrative. They may try to frame you in a certain way. Maybe they feel like they didn't get something, they may try to blame you for something that you didn't do, so. But yeah, I do talk a lot about that in my book that I just wrote recently. So if you guys are trying to navigate a toxic work environment, if you feel like your boss is a narcissist, or even if you just want the knowledge just for future jobs, because maybe the job that you're at now, you might be fine, but let's say you get promoted, or let's say you get another job, and you may have a toxic boss around you, or you may have toxic coworkers around you trying to sabotage you, trying to get you fired, or trying to get you to quit. Like, that's how they did me at my job. So, but I'll talk about that in another video. But I wanted to focus on how you guys can recognize a narcissist quickly, because sometimes you may need to be able to recognize this person fast. You may not have years like I did. Sometimes you might need to be able to make that decision quickly. You may have to do the no contact quickly, or you may have to be able to do the limited contact quickly. You get me? So yeah, that's kind of what I see here. So what's up? So yeah, we do have that. But yeah, so anyways, that's some of the ways in which you can tell a narcissist. Now, as far as dealing with the narcissist in the workplace, because like I said, I know a lot of people work. You get what I'm saying? People work and they do what they got to do, but a lot of times people spend most of their time at work. You get me? And so imagine you're spending 8 hours a day, 40 hours, 80 hours within 2 weeks, so 8 times those 320 hours a month, with these narcissists, this is going to have an impact on your mental health. So you're going to really have to be able to make sure that you can, really either cope in the situation. You have to learn how to survive. You have to learn how to move, and you have to learn how to behave, because remember, the aim of the narcissist is they want to get you upset, right? They want to get you riled up. They want to get you to react, because the reason they want to do that is they want supply. And the other thing is, because the narcissist has already been talking trash on you, they've already smeared you. So if you do anything towards them, they're going to be like, look, see, I told you they was like that. Look. You get what I'm saying? So, you really want to go against that. So whatever the narcissist has been saying about you, you want them to look like the crazy person that they are, because they're really the crazy one. They're the ones that's doing little stuff behind the scenes. And another thing that the person would do to me at work. So not only did this person do magic on me every day, and not only did they follow me every day at work, and then they had other people doing it. But I remember one time I was coming in for my lunch, and I guess because I ended up switching teams. So the boss guys that I had, that was my boss, he would like announce my lunch. I don't know I think he did that on purpose so she could follow me. But because I ended up telling my other boss lady like what was going on, and then I was telling her like if she keeps doing it, I'm gonna get a restraining order. This is when we were in person, right? But I'm guessing this person watches me online or whatever and does like little weird stuff, but who cares? But yeah, so I remember one time, because she had this heavy set girl following me too. I guess she thought I was going to be afraid of her because she was big and tall. Like, I'm tall too. Like, I don't care about that. But anyway, so the girl that was the cause of it, she was sitting down, I guess taking calls or whatever, and then she had the big fat girl like try to walk past me and try to make me feel afraid or something. I'm like, I'm not scared of you. Like, I don't know, like how that's like school. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's just so weird. But you have narcissists that will intimidate you. They'll try to like destiny swap, or who knows, whatever they do. But you have to remember, when you have a relationship with God, you don't have any reason to be afraid. You don't have any reason to be fearful, because at the end of the day, God is going to fight your battles. And I've seen things, like I've seen God like handle my battles. Like, so if you're not close to God, then this video maybe is your sign that you should probably get close to God, because if you try to fight the narcissist on your own, trust me, you're going to lose that battle. And the narcissist wants you to fight against them. See, like the narcissist at my job, like I said, due to me living with a narcissist, and also me having a connection with a male narc, I could be able to see her for a mile away. Because I didn't really, like I said, I still don't know this person to this day. We never really talked or had conversations, but just the way, like after I saw that, the way that she was behaving, and she was like stalking me and harassing me and stuff like that, and talking trash, I was like, oh yeah, that's the smear campaign. You get what I'm saying? Then I was like, oh, the gang stalking and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay. I was able to recognize what was going on. I was like, oh, okay. And then not only that, but my relationship with God, y'all. Like, even like when I was working at that job environment, I would pray and I'd be like, God, protect me, keep me safe. I told God, I was like, I know it's a narcissist in there. I knew it. I knew it was this person was like possessed. And then also what happened, so not only, so she had this big fat girl, she would walk past me. This was like towards the end of last year. But she also had, it was like this stud looking girl that would wear glasses or whatever. I think she had dreads. So what she would do, like while I'm taking calls, or when I would be on the phone, or I would be laughing, like I'm, like at work, I'm laughing and joking. And you guys know that, and this is another way you could tell a narcissist, because they don't want to see you smile. They don't want to see you happy, right? And you might have people like that, normal people that could behave that way, but with a narcissist, because they're miserable, they want you to feel how they feel, because they see you as themselves. That's why I said you have to be careful when you're around these people, because a lot of times they see you as an extension of themselves. So you really have to make sure that you can distance yourself. But anyway, so what she would do is, I guess she would get the stud girl to try to like scare me or intimidate me, or like be like quote unquote fake waiting for me to come back from my break, or follow me in the bathroom and stuff like that. And I knew like what was going on, but it's just like, what could I do at that point in time? Like the whole point is that narcissist wanted me to act crazy, right? The narcissist wanted me to like do something crazy so she can be like, oh, and play the victim, right? It's like, no, you don't do that. No. You see it. So that's why it's really important. I'm telling you, because this could, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but you don't know. You do not know. This could be you. This could happen to you. So that's why you want to make sure that you read, you get all the tools, you get all the knowledge that you need, so that way you can defend yourself against these people. You can arm yourself and you have your mind right. Because remember, the narcissist likes to play mind games, right? They like to play mind games, and they like to trick people and manipulate people and really control people. That's all they, and again, that's how you can tell you're dealing with a narcissist, right? So there you go. So hopefully that made sense, you guys. Blue, what's up? Hey, Blue. Oh, so Blue, are you guys speaking an Indian language? What are you guys talking about, if you don't mind me asking? I see you guys are you guys talking Hindu? That's cool. I wish I could speak Hindu, but yes, just make sure. So if you're dealing with this type of situation, you guys, you have to protect your mental health. So now, if you were like me, I did have to reach out to a higher authority. I had to, reach out to my boss lady, my boss at that time, but unfortunately they did nothing about it. So if you had that situation or scenario, then at that point you have to protect yourself. If nobody like in a job environment is going to protect you, then you have to protect yourself. So you have to look out for yourself. And in a way, I'm not gonna lie, like I was a little paranoid when I was there, because like I said, I had dealt with narcissists before, but not to that extent, not like in a work environment, because you go to work every day, you're not expecting to be harassed and stalked every day. You get what I'm saying? You're not expecting for people to be like weird. Like, you get what I'm saying? And like I said, at that time, it was the one girl that started it, and then it was a stud girl, and then it was like this other dude. Like he would just like look at me and stuff or whatever. I guess she had told them about it or whatever. And then after the stud girl had left, then like I said, she had got this big, tall, fat girl, real tall and big and fat. And I guess she thought that I would be scared by that. I don't know, but but yeah. So you do have that. And what I did that helped my mental health. So so what happened? I stayed close to God, of course. I was focused on myself. I was focused on God. I would pray, and I would just ask for protection, really. I would just ask God for protection. And like I said, this person did magic on me. And like I said, I know they did it to my friend as well, a friend guy. And I don't know, I guess, the narcissists, they get so vengeful, they get so jealous. And to me, it can get scary, because you don't never want it to be to where that's you, like where you get that jealous of a person and you just lose control. You get what I'm saying? That's the difference between normal people and narcissists. Is normal people can self-reflect, introspect, versus a narcissist. They don't do that. That's why they become a narcissist, because look at how they behave. Look at how if they get jealous, they're not able to control that demon. So they allow that demon to overtake themselves, right? They become obsessed, they become possessed and stuff like that, right? And now I guess what this person is doing now, I guess they have my phone number somehow. And I guess they're putting my number and my email in certain like car insurance companies and having them call my phone. Yeah, I know you're doing it. So just know God's going to get you. Don't worry. I'm not going to do nothing about it. So I know they're watching. I know you're watching, right? So everything that you do, just know you're going to get that tenfold. So just so you know, I know it's everything that you do. Trust me. I know God reveals everything. I know she's watching, and I know she got a group of people watching. So that's okay. Just so you know, and I know she watches me all the time. But yeah. But Blue, what are you guys saying in the chat? What is she saying? What is she saying? So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And like I said, I'm not trying to scare you guys, and I'm not saying that all jobs will be like this. Because like I said, even like one of my friend girls, like she works a job, she loves it, you know. So and I'm like really happy for her, you know. But unfortunately, that just was not my case, you know. That just was not what happened for me. But I'm grateful at the end of the day because you know I'm like everything happened for a reason, and everybody is not meant to work a job, right? And some people are meant to, you know, do other stuff, and that's okay. There's no judgment, but I'm just basically sharing with you guys what I went through specifically and maybe how that can help you on your job. Maybe you're looking for a job now, maybe you're trying to start a new career, and maybe you might like the career, but remember, I'm not saying that you have to like the people around you, but you just have to be able to learn how to be able to get along with the people around you. Now what's crazy is, and this was me, the people that was around me and my job, they were literally trying to sabotage me every day. And you know what's crazy? This girl too, what she would do, she would get up because there was to a point where she would sit in the back of the call center. So she, like, I worked at a call center, so she sat far away from me. But she was really, it was a loud girl, like really, really loud all the time. And then I guess the teams switched or whatever, so she ended up moving on the other side of me. And so she would, like, I'm on the phone and she's listening to me, right? And she would get up. She would get up and she would come and stand right next to me. And I'm thinking, like, okay, like, what is that supposed to do? As long as you don't put your hands on me, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so some people are just kind of like petty and like just kind of slow sometimes. Like, I don't know like what that's supposed to do. like I said, some people was bullied in high school. Like me, I was not bullied in high school or whatever, but I know that there was this one girl that wanted to fight me over a guy or whatever. And I get that a lot. Like, it's the weirdest thing. You guys have to tell me, like, it's always like when it comes to me, it's always something to do with a guy. Like, and that's why I have to give guys credit sometimes, because guys don't have to deal with stuff like this. Like, a lot of times when guys are in job environments, they're not petty like how the girls are. Like, and I'm not saying all girls are like this, but I'm talking about like in certain corporate jobs, corporate America, you have a lot of like mean girls, and it's just really sad, a lot of the things that some of the girls have to go through. So if you're dealing with this, trust me, I understand. I've been there, I've done that. And yeah, when I was in high school, this girl wanted to fight me in high school over a guy because this guy liked me. And even when I was younger, I got into two fights. I got into a fight when I was in elementary school, and then I got into a fight when I was in middle school as well. So, you know, it was interesting. It was really interesting how some kids can be so mean, and even adults can be so mean. It's so sad, but you know, it is what it is. But like I said, we'll be doing more of a series on it. I am doing some spoiler alerts because I do talk a lot about, you know, the stuff that I mentioned. It is in my book, and I just hope that it can really help someone, because I know that it was a lot for me. I'm not going to lie. It was a lot, you know, all the stuff that I had to go through. But the beautiful thing is that God did not leave me. God was there with me, and I prayed to God every single day, and God protected me, because the person that did all the stuff, she never put her hands on me. She never touched me or nothing. But I guess what she did, she probably did that to somebody else before because she felt really comfortable doing that, what she did. And to me, I don't know. I was shocked. I never experienced anything like that. But I'm glad that I did. So if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, I think I might have a narcissistic boss, or I think I might have a narcissistic coworker, then I can be able to help them to identify, and I can share my experience. So maybe it can help them navigate that situation, you know. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys of recognizing the signs quickly. Sometimes some of the narcissists are loud. Like if they're loud and just, you know, just talking constantly, or they're always changing the subject back to themselves, or, you know, maybe they're a bully or something. You got some narcissists that are bullies, or maybe they have narcissistic tendencies. But then you got the covert narc, right? And then you got some of those spiritual narcissists, which I think the one that was the coworker that I was used to work with, I think she was a spiritual narcissist, because like I said, she definitely did magic on me for sure. And she probably still does it, but it's never gonna work. So I guess it's just a waste of time. I don't know. I mean, I definitely have my cards too. I don't do magic or none of that weird stuff. And that's the crazy thing is, because you have good people out there that want to do good, when it comes to that type of work. And because you have spiritual narcissists, they take advantage of, that type of stuff, and they manipulate and they try to control things, and it just never works in their favor. So that's why I'm always saying, when you do good, you may have some things that happen to you that may suck, but at the end of the day, you always come out on top, because you're good. Like, God is good. Like, God is not evil. Like, God does not do magic on people. God does not gossip and gang stalk people and stuff like that. God doesn't do that, but God does take vengeance. So that's what I'm saying. Don't try to get back at the narcissist. Don't do that. Don't try to seek revenge. Just allow God to handle. Don't even, if you see that the narcissist does something to you, they try to do something to upset you, frustrate you, just ignore it. Don't even worry about it. Just say, oh, I already know God's going to handle it. Trust me, that's the best way. Best way. I'm telling you guys. So anyway, I hope that you guys learned a lot. Make sure that you do give this video a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure that you stay narc free, and stay free. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.